Hi, I'm really excited because this issue is a great example of what the incredible people of Imperial Beach can do, whether they get a lot of consent or not. Wild Coast is a great institution in our community. They have put so much effort and so much energy into understanding this problem. And yes, it's really neat that the federal government, the government in Mexico has put together the third plant will be coming online in January. But there's also our side, and I don't need to be an expert, but you do need to listen to the experts. That's the great thing about this. There are people who have plans, who have all of the plan already written out, but we just need to look at it. And we need to validate what they're saying, and we need to go forward with the plan with our energy. Thank you. I really think that my priorities are what the people say that I should address first. There's a lot of concerns in Imperial Beach that don't have to do with redeveloping and using taxpayers' money to buy real estate and develop it into what we decide to do. That's putting us in a lot of debt, and there's a lot of concern. So to me, I think that we need to really look at where we're going, and we need to make sure that we understand what we're doing and who's going to pay for it. So I really think that it's very good to develop yourself and make yourself into a great place, but there's a difference between free market and government. Thank you. I'm really lucky to be really close to some of the business owners in Imperial Beach. And the thing that really struck me when I went to this zoning review and got the packet of all the stuff was that it wasn't the business owners that were spearheading this development and this, how do we unrestrain them. I am a small business owner. My husband and I own Mueller College of Holistic Studies. It's been there 36 years. And the reason that we survive and do well in this hard environment is because we do our job really well. You give quality. Katie survives at Katie's Cafe because she gives quality. You bring in people, you unrestrain them, and you let them do what they do, and you let them do it really well. The people say that they don't want to come to Imperial Beach to have business because it's unbusiness friendly. And that's really what we have to stop. Thank you. Well, I have experience with this community. I did help build the playground at Imperial Beach Elementary with the help of the children in the community. I also am lucky enough to have a college that is doing well in San Diego, where I believe that educating people and that empowering people and giving them the tools to be able to empower themselves makes the community. And so I'm very, very excited about being able to help people come together. The definition of mayor to me is leader among equals. And there's an English legal maxim that says an equal has no power over an equal. So I'm really interested in people following because they want to, not because they're forced to. I have to support the people on this. They brought this to the ballot. They are really interested in changing this. It seems that prohibition is not something that worked with alcohol. People make choices. We are adults. They are talking about this as regulating it like you would alcohol. It's not just people randomly running around getting weed, you know. And so I really think that people have decided to stop criminalizing things And there are many things that we can criminalize, but this one I think that people are tired of. And I think that they need to feel like they make choices and are not babysat by the federal government. We, the people, are the people who make these decisions. All right, so that's my decision. Well, I'd have to use my own words on this one because I don't believe that eminent domain should be used very often at all. I am originally from Boston, and people have owned properties in Boston for many generations. To come in and take someone's business or whatever it is, that is crossing a line that it makes me very uncomfortable. I know it's a small business owner in this community that is fighting in eminent domain right now that I have read about. That concerns me because if you have put your heart and soul into a business as a business owner for many, many years and the city comes in and doesn't like what it looks like, maybe the city should help the business to become better, but to take it away doesn't seem to be the right authority. I agree that we need to look at where we're putting our money and who's consulting with us and who's getting the money. It seems that we've committed, it looks like $22 million in RDA bonds. It seems that we'll end up having to pay for those. And making the checks is fun, but actually paying for the checks can be tough. I have to make my budget work. I own businesses and I have to employ people. It's very important to live within your means. It's very important to figure out new ways of attaining revenue before you start spending the revenue. The Seacoast Inn was is a very interesting thing to me because I spent many anniversaries there with my husband, and it was a little rough, but I don't know when we started crossing the line to go into redeveloping with our public money. This was actually one of the reasons why I got so involved was I go to the coffee shop down at the beach all the time. I have several friends who live in the area, and when they cut the parking in half, I alerted and went, why would they do that? So we did some research, and I saw that this may be in the works. This, I have been told by the residents of IB, happened years ago where the people came through and cut them out because they would not handle this. They did not want this so much. There also is the thing of, by the time you put these meters in and 5 years goes by and you've paid them off, you are definitely going to have to put in new ones because of the rust in the city, because of the seawater. So you have to remember that if you put the parking back to where we had parking, you may not have to meter it. If that's what the people wanted was a city-owned boat launch, then I would put it up to the people and get the input and then go forward with it. My whole focus is whatever the people of Imperial Beach's passion is. It seems that they have a passion for a dog park. They had a passion that took them 5 years to get a skate park. I'm here to try to make sure that the things that we want as people who live in this town are represented, not just what other people vision for this town. So that's really, I want to get as much input as I can. I am at the end of Dahlia every night at sunset to talk to the people of Imperial Beach, and I really enjoy the input from the people of Imperial Beach. So that's where I'm coming from. Being a small business owner with my husband, we always think of different things that we could do, and the great thing about Imperial Beach is that we have a unique part to us. We are the most southwesternly point in the United States. There are lots of people who go and visit every point in the United States to have a picture next to it. We need to really understand that we have all these resources built within our own community. And if you support the small businesses of the community, if you don't take away their properties when they've worked really hard, if you don't put in obstacles so people can't come. I won't go to Katie's Cafe if I have to hit a parking meter every time I go. I'll head out to Vaughn's and just grab a Starbucks coffee. I do things because I enjoy them. If you detract from what people enjoy, then they won't come. This is really upsetting to me. It seems almost to cross over some lines that make me very uncomfortable, where you're taking and saying I'm redeveloping something and then giving that away is very wrong to me. If you feel that you need to redevelop something, when does it become your right to start taking people's property, eminent domain, and then giving away to who you might choose to? This kind of seems like you may have ethical problems that might arise from that kind of behavior. It just doesn't seem like the people of Imperial Beach really win in this deal. So my husband and I have a philosophy: if everyone doesn't win, we don't play. So I don't know how we won on this, and that would be my big question.